Well, good morning to you. Good morning to you. I said good morning. Good morning. How do you do? Do. It's the perfect time for us to get together and say what the great things are happening in our world and in our day. Good morning. Do. Good morning to you. Do. Oh, good morning. Do. How do you do? Do. Now is a perfect time to share our bits of gratitude. When we all do it together, it can't help but lift our attitude. Oh, good morning. Do. Oh, good morning. Do. Oh, good morning. Do. Happy love morning to you. Hey, good morning. That was a right off the bat song. Don't normally do that. I usually wait till a few people get here. But this time, I sang right away. Couldn't help it. Full of the music of the universe right now, flowing through me. La 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 la. Hi, welcome. This is Love Morning. This is a daily practice, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Always here on YouTube and Facebook for now. And what do? We get together. We say, hey, what are you grateful for? Come on, let me see. I want to see. I show you mine, I'll show you yours. Wait, you show me mine, you show me, something like that. So what are you grateful for? I am grateful that today is First Saturday. So today I have First Saturdays. See, First Saturdays, says it right on my shirt. I wouldn't lie about that. First Saturdays is the outreach that we've been doing for 13 years, a monthly outreach to practice gifting to communities, groups of people, individuals in the San Diego area that are experiencing homelessness or are just in need. Plenty of people that we serve are in shelters or housing of different sorts, but they just don't have the resources to get new clothes, or they could use another blanket, or even just some food, or even a conversation. So we do that once a month. We're called First Saturdays. We meet at the 3rd Avenue Charitable Organization downtown. And you're welcome to join us any first Saturday that you're in San Diego. We meet at noon. It's awesome. I love it. So I'm grateful for that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm doing all sorts of new practices now, and one of my morning practices is trying to think about how I want to feel during the day, what's going to happen that day, imagine myself, visualize myself, and feel the feelings. And so I was thinking about First Saturdays and picturing myself there and interacting with people, interacting with volunteers, and the joy of that kind of lifting that experience up. So I'm really looking forward to that. Liz, good morning. Good morning, Liz. Liz is grateful for sunrises. Yeah, did you see the sunrise today? Is that why it's fresh in your mind? But sunrises are amazing. I loving your image on your profile pic. I'm a fan of the bright hair and the ears. I don't know if you could tell from looking at me. Thanks, Liz. Brandy, good morning. Brandy is grateful to have responded to the notification that Hug Nation was going live. Yeah, cool. Nice to know that it's working. Happy Saturday. Hey, Gerbot. Gerbot is grateful to be here. As is Brandy. As am I. Look at that. Look at us. Charlie Girl is here too. Good morning. Charlie Girl is grateful for the sound of rain. We've been having plenty of rain, but I think it's done, which is good because First Saturdays are no fun when it's raining because we can't give away stuff. Normally we have all these tables out with clothing, donated clothing. We make kind of like a street boutique. But if it's raining, we can't do that because if the clothing gets wet, it's worthless. Nobody who lives on the street can use wet clothes. And if we have wet clothes and then we have to leave, we have all these wet clothes in garbage bags. That's how we, carry things and store them. And then what do you do with bags full of wet clothes? Like, you gotta like bring them to a laundromat and dry them all? So we've actually had clothes get moldy before because I'll just say this. We don't give away clothing in the rain. No more. Brandy's saying you got icky Connecticut weather, but it's tapering off. Nice. I'm also grateful for, I had a boys' night last night. I've got a group of friends that we've known each other from 20 to 40 years. Actually, some of the guys there I've known 45 years. 45 years. So I met him when I was 5, and some guys that, the new guys in our group have been in our group for 20 plus years. Is that right? About 20 years. Anyway, I'm not good at math. The point is, these are men that we have, we first knew each other as kids and then have grown up. And so I think there's 2 of us that don't have kids. Most of them have kids and married or remarried and all sorts of different career paths and, professional artists and businessmen and all sorts of stuff. And it's really a gift to check back in. And it's often a time that we cut loose a little bit. These guys don't have as many opportunities to get away from kids and families. And sometimes we get a little silly, have a few cocktails, go a little crazy. And, but I'm in a sober chapter right now. I'm on day 11 of sobriety and doing a whole bunch of practices. As if you've been following me along, I've been, like this morning, I took a jog this morning first thing. Oh, I know. First I listened to my affirmations. Okay, actually, I take that back. Yes, first I listened to my affirmations. Then I did the Tony Robbins morning gratitude routine. Then I did a jog, and then I did a cold shower. And then I did some PT, and then I did a little bit of journaling. Talked to my friend Steven, and now I'm here doing my morning. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm also listening to a Joe Dispenza book. What is it called? Because it's relevant. I'm going to look it up. Thanks for your patience. I'm listening to Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One by Joe Dispenza, recommended by a healer that I went to. And that book is kind of like, it's the right time for me to reading it because it's really, I'm going through this kind of breakup, heartbreak transition, and really ready and ripe to make some changes, to try to pursue some levels of growth that I have just not been motivated enough to do, sobriety being part of it. And so it's, I'm really glad I've been reading that while doing all this stuff, because last night I kind of hit a little bit of a struggle at my men's group, but I was able to excuse myself, go in another room, really start to check in with some of the practices that I've been. How am I feeling? What am I feeling in my body? What am I thinking? And trying to really kind of be an observer of the experience I was having. Because I wasn't having as good a time as I normally do. That's the long and short of it. And then I started to have some stories about, who am I when I'm not fun, telling stories in the life of the party? Who am I when I'm quieter, a little more tired, a little less charismatic? So I'm grateful that for all these practices allowed me to kind of go through that with, I think, some grace and some learning. What are you grateful for? If you're here, welcome and hello and happy first Saturday. Charlie Gold saying, if you're ever down here, she's going to join us. You got a group called PDX Saints. That's cool. Great. Happy first Saturdays, Joyous. And good morning, Javi. Oh, you're reading that too, Brandy. Sweet. Gearbot saying, such a productive morning. I'm inspired while I lay here in bed. Yeah, the Joe Dispenza it's pretty confronting to status quo ideas about reality and about the nature of reality and the nature of how our thoughts and perceptions affect the way we experience the world and the reality. And yeah, it's if I read this 2 years ago, it would have been too out there for me. I'll say that. But I think I'm in the right place for it right now. Ready to explore some, I've had some really incredible chapters of my life. So I'm going to try something new. Joyous, grateful to wake up early, grateful for the abundance I feel and the blessings I see in my life. I am grateful for the power of prayer and really grateful for open, clear, honest conversations, even when they're hard. Awesome, Joyous. Beautiful list. Brandy's agreeing about this book. I love reading and really sitting with his writings. We're talking about Joe Dispenza. And again, the book is, the new iPhone it connects to the new Apple operating system uses my phone as a camera, or it can. I should just attach it and just start. Well, never mind. No. Luna Melt, good morning. Oh, good to see you live. Happy Saturday to you. And Luann is here too, who is grateful that the rain is holding off long enough to go enjoy the farmer's market. Yay. I am grateful that after a week and a half of rain, we've got a good weather forecast so we can go down and have First Saturdays and not worry about getting drenched. Although I hope I'm curious what my experience will be hanging out with people who have been without shelter and in the rain for the last week and a half. I think there's going to be, I hope that it is, it is what it is. My heart has been kind of hurting a little bit thinking about some of the people that I know and how difficult it must have been for the last week and a half. Good morning, Chris. Chris is grateful to attend Chittidarod today, Chicago's costume shopping cart race, pub crawl, food drive put on by the Chicago Burners. I've heard of that. Oh my gosh, that sounds so fun. That sounds fun. Good morning, Brent. Hello to you in Florida. We got a few more minutes to share things we're grateful for. I'm also grateful. I'm recording a podcast at 10. I record 2 podcasts a week. One is Stay Sparked, about personal growth. I'm really proud of that one. I think you'll like that. And then the other one is Hard on the 80s, also called Gratuitous Boobs. And that one is super fun. And so that one's super fun to record. We're talking about Mannequin, the terrible Andrew McCarthy movie. And we're going to be recording that shortly. And yeah, so that means I had to watch that terrible movie and take notes on it. So looking forward to doing that soon. I'm grateful that I get to hang out with my brother and Shonda to record. That's the best part about it, is get to hang out and laugh with friends. Both my podcasts are opportunities to hang out with friends. So that I'm really grateful that we started this project, because it is, this kind of like, it's like, well, my job, I've committed, I'm going to go hang out with my friends and talk and record it. Those podcasts are both on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you go to johnstin.com, I believe I have links to both of them in there. If not, I will add them. I should double check that, actually, now that I think about it. Are they both there on johnstin.com? I'm going to check right now while we're here. johnstin.com. I would hate to lie. Taking a little while to load there, Koji. Making me look bad. Well. Come on here. What's going on here? Come on, Koji. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay. Maybe I can't use this as... bummer. Such is life. Well, there we go. Let's see, I got Stay Sparked is on here. Yes, both my podcasts are there. It links to the Apple podcast link, but you can also find them also on Spotify or anywhere. They should be anywhere that you get podcasts. And if you do have a podcast system that you use and you can't find them, let me know, because I'd love to fix our directories or add to the directories or however it works. Technical stuff that the kids today use with their .coms and their wwws and their TikTok and stuff. Yeah. Rocio asking about sobriety or lack of. You know what? I don't know if you see me squirming in my chair. I've just had 2 cups of tea, and why don't we do this? Let's have a hug, and then if you want to stick around, and I can talk more about my sobriety journey right now. But otherwise, you have to go off into your day. So, and I see that Jennifer's here, who's grateful to be on a Mexico cruise. How cool! Okay, so let's have a hug, and then I will take a 30-second break, and you can time me. If I take longer than 30 seconds, I will tell you a secret. How's that? Okay? Not in Stitcher. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how Stitcher works. Let me look up Stitcher. I used to use Stitcher. Okay. So wherever you are in this moment, let's give ourselves a big squeeze and start this day with one another, settling into gratitude, looking for opportunities to connect, looking for opportunities to spread kindness on this beautiful first Saturdays, know that we can lift each other up, we can fall into the support and strength of one another, knowing that we're not alone, that we are surrounded by love ambassadors all over the world. So let's feel connected to that community as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you, thank you for being here for this Love Morning and being a part of Hug Nation. All right, time me, 30 seconds, then I'll be back. Time. Oh, thank you, Charlie girl. I appreciate that. If you didn't hear the song today, I thought it was really good. I started singing immediately upon broadcasting, and I think it was pretty good. Hello, Amy and Asher. Hi, Asher. Good morning. I've been thinking about you. Hope you're having a good day. And I'm super happy to see you both. Grateful for you both. Hey, Dave. I saw that I have a message from you, Dave, but I have not opened it. So thank you for that reminder. Ooh, I just spilled on myself. Good morning, Dave. Carolyn, hi. Carolyn is grateful that I'm finding myself in such advanced states of blissful happiness. Boom! I like hearing that. Sweet, I did it in less than 30 seconds. I knew it. I knew I could do it. Thanks for your patience. Okay. So, Rocio asked about my thoughts about sobriety and lack of, periodically going through that myself. Okay, well, how shall I address this? I lead a pretty examined life. And I am I'm listening to this book about Joe Dispenza, by Joe Dispenza, and it talks about how most people, the person we put into the world and who we really are, there's this separation, and it's because of that separation that we struggle so much, and there's so much because there's so many parts of ourselves that we are afraid to let people in on, and I feel like I share. I really feel like I confess and I'm comfortable, and I share almost everything about myself. In fact, I want to share, I want to tell you more about what's going on with my breakup and my relationships, that because there's other people involved, that's the only reason that I don't talk more. But I really share. I don't feel like there's a big separation between the person that I present to the world and who I am, with one exception, or maybe a few. There's some sexual things that I don't fully share, and there are some sobriety things that I don't share, or lack thereof sobriety, some intoxication patterns and habits that I sometimes feel like I'm out of integrity. Well, I go back and forth. I think if I would someone who is a coach, a speaker, with someone who's speaking about things about personal happiness and joy, would someone who is at that level of contentment enjoy intoxication as much as I do? And so I do not share. I don't hide it, but in fact, you could go through my archives and see me probably doing quite a few Facebook Lives where I was not sober. But there's occasionally I have that feeling of that Joe Dispenza is talking about, that separation. This is who I am, and who I am presenting there's space there, and I feel like I need to explore more who I can be with sobriety. The truth is I don't have as much fun, at least that has been my experience. I don't enjoy my day-to-day life as much, but there are long-term benefits. And so I'm trying to really sink into a place of, I have had a lot of fun, and I am getting older, and the consequences of different forms of intoxication have more consequences, more severity, more damages to the body, and that there are aspects of relationship and professional things that it would be interesting to see what could happen if I slowed down and was less the life of the party, was less the fun storyteller, was less, less fun and more depth, I guess, is what my goal is. And which is, I'm feeling really comfortable in that place right now, with the exception of last night, when I had my boys' night out with my friends, and I felt like this is not, this is hard. I'm normally the one who is life of the party and telling stories, and I like that feeling of being kind of in the flow and just entertaining and being funny, and I was not that. No. And so I'm trying to but say, hey, so do I have the courage to sit in this place that is not what I'm used to embrace discomfort, to not seek to fix things when I don't feel good, that was the thing last night. Like I was uncomfortable at one point, and so I excused myself, and I was like, okay, how am I feeling in my body right now? What am I thinking right now? And trying to just observe this experience instead of trying to fix it, trying to, or knowing what I could do to fix it, and go, no, I'm not going to fix it. I'm not going to join this party train. So I'm not sure if that quite answers the question. But I do feel very blessed and grateful that I have the opportunity and the luxury to do this current chapter. Wow, I feel that like crying feeling coming on me right now. I've been very emotional lately. The truth is also that there is one of the reasons that my relationship ended was because of a choice I made regarding intoxication. And I was addicted in love with this person that then chose to decide, yeah, you broke an agreement and that's a deal breaker, and so we're done. And it's not that simple, but that's perhaps that simple. And so it's the first time I've really had a consequence to that degree of non-sobriety. And so I am trying to use that as the starting point of the incentive to start to look at other things. Like, okay, well, what else has been impacted? Can I use this as the slap in the face to be like, all right. And it's so far it's working, and so far I feel pretty good about this. I'm 11 days into. Most of it is like half of those 11 days I was in heartbreak, misery, and not misery, but just like I didn't recognize myself. The life of the party can be sober too. Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is that it probably won't be me. There's a John and there's Halcyon, and I think it's maybe time for John to I'm putting my attention on John for now, as opposed to Halcyon. So the chapter here is going to be, how can I do the inner work? Which I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck all that means. I got to do some reparenting of my inner child. I need to do some visualizing. I need to do affirmations. Did I play you my affirmations? Did you hear the affirmation? So I've been listening to affirmations every morning and every night. And I made an affirmations of my own, because I'm like, I don't really like the ones that I keep hearing. So I made one of myself. I am present. I am present. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am enough. I am enough. So I'm trying to do reprogramming of my brain in different ways, and realizing like there are things like I love going out dancing, but the reality is I don't really like going out dancing sober. I don't really like doing sunset dance parties sober. People are like, when are you do a dance party again? Like, well, I don't know. So I need to reprogram my body, reprogram my mind, reprogram my physical body, so that I don't feel the discomfort feelings that I get doing certain things and activities, and when when I don't have chemical help. So, this is a vulnerable share for me right now. As I'm saying, I'm like, I don't know if I might take this down. This might not be the right thing to have public. But again, that's part of my lack of integrity. Is like this is a part of me that I share everything, but I'm afraid to share this because I feel like it is a weakness, and I feel like until I have this under control, that I am not worthy of the kind of love and respect that people give me. So I'm not forthright with it. So I have a thing on my wall right now that says, "What's at stake? Reaching my potential in relationships, career, impact, and integrity." So as I hit a place of boredom, as I hit a place of discomfort, I'm trying to just observe. The one thing that I'm not doing well on right now is food. Like last night, I didn't drink or smoke or do anything as we're hanging out, but I fucking ate so much junky snack food. I brought carrots and celery and bitchin' dip. That's what I brought because I'm like, I know I'm just going to want to eat. And then I quickly ate all of that. And then other guys started showing up and they had cookies and chips. And then we went and got burritos. And oh my God, and a thing of cheese. And my body was like, you want to do this to me? Okay. All right. I get it. You're not drinking. You're not smoking. You're not doing anything else. But we're going to make you fart like crazy for the next 20 hours. And I'm like, okay, I'll fart. I don't care. I guess I'm still kind of funny, right? Just not as funny as I am when I'm partying. God, I'm on the edge of tears. Thank you, Robin. It's good to see you. And I love what you just said. I release the past. I embrace the now. So to flow into the future with joy. Hey, Del. Thanks, brother. I hope that answered the question, Ratio. I wasn't sure how much I was going to say. Enjoy your Mexico trip, Jennifer. Luna saying, I feel so many of these choices. It's also avoidance, numbing. Yeah, and that's the thing that's hard for me too, is that like I have this story that, I mean, I have so much privilege in my life. I was born into, my parents are still together. I had resources. I'm healthy and smart and white skinned. Life is fucking so easy for me. So it's tough to like, what am I numbing? Like, what am I trying to, what am I escaping? And, I'm becoming more and more aware that, just being a human can be really uncomfortable. It's just, especially in the modern world, there's a lot of things that can make you uncomfortable. And, over decades of this lifestyle that I have, I've developed things where, like, intoxication is like, what are my hobbies? My main hobby is intoxication. So what do? I was having a bunch of sex and then I got broken up with. But yeah, so I've got to really be motivated. I really got to be dedicated. And I got to start integrating new things into my life. I got to find new hobbies. I got to find ways to stretch into all sorts of discomfort. And one of those, I mean, like I don't like learning things. I'm not like, it doesn't get me excited to think, oh, I want to learn how to play an instrument or learn a language or even learn about a new country to go visit. Like all that stuff is just like, so I got to figure it out. Hi, Natasha. Saying it's a delicate dance figuring out what to put in your body so that what comes out is the best it can be. And that's that idea of the best it can be, because that's something that I've like I do pretty good. You know, I've developed a world and a life where I'm not sure if Amy and Asher are still here, but you know, like I I do not have a child depending on me, so it's not that big a deal if I get intoxicated whenever I want, you know. And I produce good stuff in the world. I know I do. I know I put loving, beautiful things into the world, and I help people. So what's the problem? You know what? But is it the best I can be? No, I don't think so. So, but then again, that's a real trap. Like if you're not satisfied until you get the best, like doesn't sound like a very fun way to live. Oh my God, can you hear that? Oh my, I ate so much cheese last night. Oh, I went jogging this morning. I only jogged for like a mile, maybe a mile and a half, and I jogged for like a quarter mile, and then I jogged a quarter mile back so I could go to the bathroom for the second time that morning. I took a dump, went for a jog. I had to come back to go to the bathroom again. That's how poorly I ate last night. Could you hear that? I was wondering if the microphone would pick that up. Gina, good morning. 2 years this June. Congratulations. Bravo. Yeah, so okay, so Gerbot's saying, fortunately, we've got an annual outlet that gives us a safe space to go play in. So here's something that I'm really struggling with. I've never done Burning Man sober. So this person that everybody loves, this person that is I don't know how to be around a large crowd of people sober. And I didn't go to Love Burn, partially because I didn't know if I could handle it. And I don't know if I'm still a burner. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not. I'm saying I don't know. I mean, it's going to take. And I don't know if I've dabbled in this before, so I'm not. I don't want. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that that I will decide not to stay sober, and then I will look like even weaker. And so it's a scary thing for me to even be discussing, because I care what people think, which is another part of my current journey, is trying to address why. I think I know why. I have this people pleasing trauma, not getting enough attention or needs met at a certain chapter in my childhood where so I have this unmet need of approval, and so I work very hard to make sure everyone likes me at all times, which, you know, there's a benefit to that. I think I'm a really nice person to most people. I mean, most people think I'm a very nice person. Nothing wrong with that, but I think I have a pathological need for it. that so the truth is, like one of the people that has been one of my kind of advisors lately is not nearly as nice as me, but they are spiritually grounded, and they have, did you hear that? And and they take care of their needs, and they trust that if something that they do causes someone else to be unhappy, that's the other person's journey. It has nothing to do with them. Whereas I'm like always concerned about making sure I don't make anyone upset, whether it's a, you know, waitress or somebody who sends me an email or anything. Wow, Brandy, that's a. I thank you for sharing your story. Brandy's saying that your body overrode her choice by putting her in the hospital. Oh boy, I got 15 minutes before I got to record another podcast, so I should probably change my headspace because I'm going to be talking about a silly 80s movie. So one of the things that this book that I'm reading, the Joe Dispenza book, it says that, you know, if I succeed in this path that I'm on, that this next chapter I will be a different person, and I might not be the person that you like. I might not be the person that you want to listen to and share Love Morning with. And I have to have faith that we all get to where we need to be, and that I need to focus on maybe my spiritual journey. And perhaps that journey is one where I'm not as charismatic or as well liked, or yeah, that's I got to be okay with that. Got to stop trying to be the person that I stop living up to expectations, and free myself from my own scripts and desires, even, and just trying to I don't know. I'm new on this all, but I think I appreciate. I've not been so good at reading all the comments. I'm reading them, but not reading them out loud. And I appreciate the thought that you will love me sober, but I know that I will be loved. I think but I might lose. I don't know. I will lose what I am now. And that's a scary thing, because I like what I am now, and people tend to like what I am now. So will people like whatever comes out the other side? I'm sure. Will it be the same people? I don't know. But I have to have faith, right? I mean, I'd be pretty out of integrity if I wasn't willing to try this, since I know this to be true. And so this is where I'm at right now, is that I know that I'm out of integrity if I don't try to explore this. And it's not just sobriety. It's sobriety is just a part of it. It is breaking out of patterns and addressing certain anxieties, addressing certain insecurities, addressing certain feelings of lack or separation, things that anything external that I am using to satisfy, to find comfort, whether that is intoxication or approval, productivity even, like I need to, not need, my desire, my goal is to come find a place of true peace and feel so good in that place that I don't need to do anything. And I don't need anyone to tell me I'm funny or good or thank you for helping me. That would all be awesome, but I don't need any of it. So that's the goal. Thank you, Amy. Thanks, Christopher. Thanks, Luna Melt. Thank you, guys. I don't feel that good right now. Actually, let me see. How do I feel? I feel a little light, like untethered a little bit. I feel a little scattered, like sometimes I feel like I'm in the flow and I've got some momentum going. I feel like I'm just floating untethered. I don't know. I feel sometimes, I don't feel tethered to an external thing. I don't feel like, sometimes I feel like if this was a circle of people, like I feel like people were, like everyone's laughing. I feel like connected that way. I feel kind of scared. Not awesome, but that's what the cold showers are for, to try to start courting that feeling of uncomfortableness. Not going to scroll through social media right now because it soothes. Not go have a cookie right now. Or cheese. No fucking cheese. Trying to just observe my experience. All right. Thank you, Brandy and Gerbot. Thank you, Dell and Michelle and Charlie Girl. And Natasha and Ratio. I love you. Thank you for being a source of support and part of this healing journey for me. Yeah, luckily I don't have any cheese here. I just it's certain things, if you put certain things in front of me, bowl of guacamole, plate of brie, even if you said, just so you know, it's brie, but it's poison, I'd be like, I don't care. Throwing elbows. Stay away from the brie. It's mine. It wasn't brie that I ate though. It was like slices of Colby Jack and Swiss and cheddar. What was I thinking? All right, beautiful people. Thank you. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Happy Saturday. Happy first Saturday. So I'm going to record a podcast and then immediately go and hang out and gift with some of the people experiencing houselessness in San Diego. What a wild day. Woo! Life is intense, huh? Kind of would be a lot more fun with a little buzz. Let's try it this way first. I love you. Happy Saturday.